The village elders said the dragon had been chained in the mountain cave for 100 years, bound there by ancient magic as punishment for burning 3 villages to ash. No one remembered if the story was true, but everyone feared the massive iron chains that glowed with runes in the darkness. Mira didn't believe in punishing anyone for 100 years, especially without dinner. She was 12 and practical about these things. When her grandmother complained about the poor dragon up there with no one to care for it, most people laughed. But Mira listened. That evening, she filled a wooden bowl with vegetable soup, potatoes, carrots, turnips, and herbs from their garden, and began to climb. The path was steep and the night was cold. Twice she stumbled, nearly spilling the soup. But she thought about being hungry, about being alone, and she kept walking. The cave mouth yawned black against the mountainside. Myra's hands trembled as she stepped inside. The bowl clutched against her chest to keep it warm. 2 enormous eyes opened in the darkness, gold as harvest moons. "Who comes?" The voice rumbled like distant thunder. "My name is Mira. I brought you soup." Silence. Then a long exhale that smelled of smoke and sadness. "You mock me, child. I cannot eat. I cannot move. These chains have held me so long I've forgotten the taste of anything but stone and despair." Mira approached slowly. In the dim light of the glowing runes, she saw him, scales the color of midnight, wings folded tight against his sides, and chains thicker than her body wrapped around his legs, his neck, his tail. The metal had worn grooves into his ancient flesh. "You can still taste," she said firmly. She sat cross-legged before his massive head and lifted a spoonful of soup. "Open your mouth." The dragon stared at her. Something that might have been a laugh rumbled in his chest. "You are either very brave or very foolish. My grandmother says I'm both. Now open." He did. His teeth were like swords, his mouth a cavern, but Mira didn't flinch. She poured the spoonful in, then another, then another. The dragon closed his eyes. "It's warm," he whispered. "Of course it is. I carried it carefully." They sat in silence as she fed him, spoonful by spoonful, until the bowl was empty. A single tear rolled down the dragon's scaled cheek and hissed against the stone floor. "Why?" he asked. "Because everyone deserves kindness," Mira said simply. "Even if they made mistakes 100 years ago. Even if everyone else forgot." She left the bowl and walked home through the darkness. That night, the mountain shook. Villagers rushed from their homes, expecting destruction, expecting flames. Instead, they saw chains glowing red, then white, then melting like ice in summer sun, falling from the sky. The metal pooled in the valley, cooling into harmless puddles of iron. At dawn, an enormous shadow passed over the village. The dragon circled once, twice, then flew toward the horizon. But every morning after that, the villagers found things by their doors: deer for the hunters, herbs for the healers, firewood for the elderly. And on Myra's doorstep, always a single perfect scale the color of midnight, warmer than it should be, as if remembering soup and kindness and the girl who saw a prisoner instead of a monster.